Yo guys, what's up? I wanted to talk about one more thing before I went to bed. Let me fix this real quick. Boop, boop. Okay. I want to talk one more thing before I went to bed. What I was gonna say was I had a few games. Me and my buddy had a talk today at work, and it was a super cool conversation. And I wanted to talk to you guys about it. And I was hoping to get a lot of feedback about it. Seems like I get more views on when I'm talking. I don't know why. Probably because of poor quality I do my videos in when I'm doing Let's Plays. That and everybody and their mother has done Let's Plays. But anyways, hopefully I'll get some feedback from this and I'll get some comments. Because I would really like to see. I just thought this was a really cool conversation that me and him had. And we took a group of games. Mario, Zelda, Metroid, because he was talking about the new Metroid, and we took Donkey Kong. And basically, if there's any I'm leaving out, I would even like to go in like a Punch Out. Like, what's everybody's favorite Punch Out? But what we were saying is, when Mario does things like you have your stereotypical Mario, I'd say your most obviously is Mario 1, 2, and 3 side scroller, Mario World side scroller. They even came out with the Wii and the Wii U ones. It's all side scroller. And then you had a big following for Mario 64 and the 3D aspect of it. Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy, Mario Odyssey. You have all of those. And then you had Mario RPG, and then the new, I would say in the same element as that, the Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle that just came out, Mario XCOM, pretty much. Um, in Mario, which ones would you take? So would you take? Do you think Mario works best in platformer? Do you think Mario works best in 3D with Mario 64 and Sunshine and all them? Or do you think Mario works the best in RPG? Do you think that Paper Mario are the best? Mario RPG, Kingdom Battle. Do you think those games are the best? Which group would you pick? And the ones I would pick, I think I would go with the classic with Mario. Mario, I think, works the best when it's side scroller. Um, and my buddy actually picked the RPG aspect of it. He said Mario RPG was fantastic, which it was. Mario RPG was fucking amazing. And then he was really into Kingdom Battle too, which Kingdom Battle was really good as well. I still don't think that's where Mario shines, though. I think those are good games, but I don't think Mario shines there. And as for 3D, I think Mario does 3D well, but I don't feel like that's where Mario should be. Like, he can pull it off, but it's kind of like in sports. Like, this guy plays shortstop, and he's a shortstop at heart, but we're going to put him in the outfield. He can play out there, too, and he's good at it out there. But if we really are in a big game and we really got to win, we're going to put him at shortstop. You know, so I think with Mario, platformer is the way to go. Side scroller, classic, I think is the way to go. The one complaint I have about Mario's, though, when they've come out with the Wii one, the Wii U, and stuff like that, I swear there was another one. Was it the DS one I played? Yeah. They're too easy. I know they're for kids and stuff, but they're too easy. You gotta amp up the difficulty a little bit. Like, you have stuff like Meat Boy and stuff like that. It's gotta be, they gotta amp it up like that. I almost wish they'd come out with a Meat Boy type Mario, that side scroller that don't fuck around. You know, Mario Maker and stuff, you can definitely get your challenge there because people make some crazy stages. But I just wish sometimes in the game it was a little bit higher difficulty sometimes. I like having those stages where I'm dying 10, 15 times because these parts, it's hard to string them all together and do well. It's platforming at its finest. Mario always has great control. You have the jumping mechanics. You have all the different enemies and stuff. You have the power-ups. And I just love it. I think it's the best with that. So that's where I think Mario sits on that. The other one we were talking about is Zelda. You got your classic Zelda. You got Link to the Past. That's the aerial view. You have Mario 1. Mario 2 is actually a side scroll, so that's kind of weird. You'd almost have to put that in its own genre because I don't think there's another one like that. That's the only one that's kind of a side scroller, top down map real quick, but you go into battle, has RPG mechanics about it. That one kind of stands alone, at least from what I've played of Zeldas. And then you, of course, have the 3D Zeldas like Breath of the Wild, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker. Most of them are 3D. And the reason I think most of them are 3D is because I think Legend of Zelda works the best in 3D. You need to be able to travel around. You need to be able to climb things. You need to be able to explore. That's what it's all about. Where Mario's not really about exploration. Mario's about the challenge. You see what the challenge is. You know what the challenge is. You just got to beat it. Where Zelda, it's a puzzle. You got to figure out where to go. You got to figure out where to go next. You got to find items. You got to fight different things. Legend of Zelda is never difficult to kill the enemies, kill the bosses, and do stuff like that. Legend of Zelda is hard because you'll get stuck and you don't know where to go. And everybody wants to result in this to walkthroughs and strategy guides and asking buddies and Nintendo Power and this and that, getting a map and all this and that. It's about figuring out where to go. That's what Zelda's about. So that's the challenge Zelda brings you. And I think that's when Zelda shines. I like the top-down view ones. Especially as of late, the more newer one is Link Between Worlds. I thought was fucking amazing. Link Between Worlds on 3DS, if you have not played it, holy cow, that game is awesome. But I still think stuff like Breath of the Wild is literally maybe my favorite Zelda. I mean, it's that good. And just Wind Waker was always my favorite. I love that one. But I think in 3D it works the best. So now, looking at something like Metroid, I have not played Metroid very much. Matter of fact, Metroid Prime and Metroid Prime Echoes and all that, I've never even played. Metroid's definitely a game I have to dig into. I have to start from the beginning, and I gotta play Metroid 1, 2, Metroid, Super Metroid. I have to play those and then see if I get into it. It's a game, to be honest, it's not that I hate it. I just have never taken the time to play it. When I was a little kid, I didn't understand it. We would just run around and go everywhere. We didn't know what to do. So I never really enjoyed it. But I've watched people obviously play this stuff today. But if I had to choose Metroid, I would think old school is the way to go. I like going through the map. Sometimes when you don't have a map, Super Metroid looks pretty cool. How you just go from place to place, getting the items you need, fighting bosses, and moving to the next part. Sort of like Zelda, you got to figure out where to go as well. I think that works the best for Metroid. And I'm not going to get too much into it because I haven't played them. So for all I know, Metroid Prime is fucking amazing. Because I know some people love Metroid Prime. And maybe first person's the way to go with Metroid. I don't know. So, Donkey Kong. You got Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3. So you have side-scroller. And then you have the one off-the-ball one, Donkey Kong 64. Some people love Donkey Kong 64. I've never played through it. I've played it. I don't remember being very into it because I think hands down Donkey Kong Country is the way to go. The number one Donkey Kong Country, the first one, unbelievable. I think it shits on all of them. I mean, it's a perfect game. It was a great launch title for the SNES. It had two awesome characters, being Donkey Kong and Diddy. They went away from that in 2 and 3. You started getting Dixie, who Dixie wasn't bad. And then it got to the point where you didn't even use Diddy. So, I don't know why they did that. I didn't play Donkey Kong Returns and Tropical Freeze. I have them. I've just never played them yet. They look super cool. They went back to Donkey and Diddy. One thing I can complain about with Donkey Kong is I hate how when it got into like the third one and on, so much about collectibles and not enough about just challenge within the level. Just the first two, especially the first one, you didn't even have collectibles. You'd get Kong in the level, you'd spell out Kong, you'd get an extra life. That's about the extent of it. The rest of it, you just went through the level. And that's how it should be. Here's the challenge, bring it on. And that's how it should be. It shouldn't be about... That game's not about exploring. So getting the little Donkey Kong coins like in the third one and having to collect all the letters and getting all the stuff, I just don't like that. I complain about that with Mario a lot too. Like when you get to the ghost houses and stuff, Mario's just not really about figuring out where to go. Mario should be about platforming. You know, it's about here's the challenge, see if you can beat it. I'm going to come right at you. You know what I got. Can you beat it or not? And I think that's how it should be. So Donkey Kong Country did that perfectly. The minecart stages and the underwater stages, that's the way to go. I wish they just came out, kind of like they did Sonic Mania. I wish they would just come out with another Donkey Kong Country just like that. Same graphics, same everything. Come out with it for the Switch. I think that'd be sick. But I think that's the only franchises we talked about. If you have something else that you wanted to talk about, different game. Because Punch-Out, I just said kind of what's your favorite Punch-Out. I used to bounce between Super Punch-Out and regular Punch-Out because Super Punch-Out's good as fuck too. But I'd have to stick with good old Mike Tyson. Because Mike Tyson makes that game. I mean, can you beat Iron Mike or not? And I think that's what made that's what made that game. That's what sets the good players away from the normal players. Can you beat Mike Tyson? And I love how it just threw it down your throat at the end. It doesn't care that a 7-year-old kid's playing that game. He's going to punch your fucking head off. So I like that. So I wish games did that more nowadays. I feel like games nowadays are just too easy. They're just too easy. There's too many save states. I know, Dark Souls, yada yada. Yeah, there's save states, dude. You save before a boss. How hard can it really be? Okay, I die 30 times. Okay, but on number 31 I'll win. And then I'm done with it. I just don't see how it's hard. But that's a whole other talk. But, yeah. That's the only ones we talked about. I can't think of any other franchises. Kirby, I'm not even going to get into. To be honest with you, I'm not a big Kirby fan. But yeah, let me know what you think. You take those 4 franchises I talked about, put them in a number order in the comments. Let me know which one you'd pick. Tell me if you'd like side-scroller versus 3D, and why. I love video responses too. Give me a video response. I want to talk to you guys. I'm hoping to get some feedback. So, yeah, I got to get to bed here, and I'll do an NES Addict right now. And take care.